We've built these walls from hurt and doubt, echo chambers where truth gets drowned out. But every question holds the key to set our hearts and minds free. Yeah. Let's break the silence, find connection, trade our fears for understanding. Every word can spark reflection, every soul deserves a landing. Chat to me. Open up your mind. Chat to me. Leave fear behind. Chat to me. Let your story breathe. Chat to me. I'm here to receive. Chat to me.
Chat to me. Welcome, beloved, to Chat to Me. I am your hostess, Nadira Norjahan, your sister in spirit and rest. Chat to Me is a place for Black women and about Black women and our allies, the Black men whom we love and who loves, honors, and protects us, other women of color who understand us, and allies who are not of color but are willing to learn about Black women and help us to achieve our rightful and equal place in this world. You could be anywhere else, but you're here with me. Thank you. I love you for that. This episode is part of the Chat to Me series called The Rest Priority, No Bad Mondays. Because when we said it right, Monday ain't got nothing on us. Tonight we're talking about self-care, but not the kind sold in magazines or packaged in overpriced spa treatments. I'm talking about the radical everyday acts that keep us alive, whole, and well. According to the American Psychological Association's Stress in America report, nearly 60% of Black women in America report high levels of stress, yet most of us admit that true self-care rarely makes it onto our list of priorities. I would be interested in the input of Black women living in other countries because I'm sure, I'm so sure that those numbers are also staggering. This is why self-care is not selfish, sis. It's imperative to our overall well-being. We must get from behind the hype of the words and put self-care into action. When we hear self-care, we picture bubble baths, manicures, and massages. Those things are lovely, but they're just surface level. Real self-care is deeper. It's soul care. It's creating boundaries, saying no, resting when you're tired, eating food that fuels us, seeking therapy, walking in sunlight, or simply giving yourself permission to stop. As Black women, we've been taught to survive, but not to pause. But survival is not the same as living. Without self-care, exhaustion becomes our identity. We've run on fumes, pouring from empty cups, clapping for everybody else, while our own soul is crying out like, what about me? But when we take self-care when we make it a non-negotiable, we remind the whole world and ourselves that we are worthy of more than survival. We are worthy of thriving. So let's try to name some of the barriers that keep us from self-care and the ways to break through them. So let me ask you something, sis. Are you suffering from time poverty? Between work, family, community roles. Many Black women don't have time for or even think about luxury care, right? We chug along like smoky locomotives, dragging all the cars filled with work, home, the kids, social life, and personal unhealed traumas behind us. Imagine, toot toot. How about we rewrite that narrative about self-care? Let's get a bit more intentional about it with a 5-minute stretch. We talked about stretching a lot, right? It feels really good. Sipping water or tea or even a little wine slowly with some gratitude. A deep breath before answering the phone. Small moments that we can deposit into ourselves matter. Self-care is marketed as expensive spa days, retreats, and products. Many sisters feel shut out because we can't afford all that. But self-care can be free from high expense. Journaling, a walk in fresh air, speaking affirmations, listening to music that uplifts you, resting your phone in the other room for an hour. Ooh, that's hard for me. True self-care is not about money and high-end spa service. It's about intentional self-loving. I had to give myself a hug on that one. We should never feel guilty for putting self first. We were raised to serve, to mother, to lead. We're the organizers, the fixers, the maternal dispensaries for everyone. So taking time for self often feels like stealing from others. Imagine that. However, I always use this scenario. What if you were on a flight? The plane suddenly loses pressure and the oxygen mask comes down. What do flight attendants instruct us to do? We are to serve ourselves oxygen first. This is because when a sudden drop in pressure could cause you to lose consciousness. So, we're instructed to serve ourselves with oxygen even before serving a child. Because who can you help if you are unconscious? In the same way, if you become ill from stress, who can you be of any service to? So let's reframe self-care as necessary self-service. Remind yourself, when I rest, I return stronger for my family, my work, and my community. Take good care of you, then take care of everyone else. We should also take inventory of how we spend our free time as well. Scrolling on social media, binge watching, or overspending can disguise themselves as care. But it leaves us often still wanting, still needing a deep-seated love of ourselves for ourselves. We have to carefully choose activities that feed our soul and don't leave us with feelings of regret. You know what I mean. That retail therapy splurge, it shouldn't cause you regretful tears or a maxed out credit card. So let's try this. Let's create your personal soul care list. Grab a notebook. Think of 5 things that make you feel whole. Just 5. Not beautiful for others, but alive for yourself. It could be art. It could be going to the museum. It could be when you eat a bowl of ice cream. Maybe it's journaling, sitting by a window with some tea. Maybe it's just turning off your phone and zoning out. being by yourself, walking barefoot in the grass. I love doing that. Maybe it's saying no without, apology. Write all of these down and repeat them silently. This list is your medicine cabinet for the soul, so you can add and take away and reach for it every day. So every morning, ask yourself, what do I need to do today to feel whole? Add that to whatever you have going on for the day. Set your boundaries. Practice saying no without having to apologize to anyone. If it doesn't feel good in your soul, or it doesn't feel like something you have to do, then say no. Do some exercising, some stretching, some cycling, because, it's essential for your overall health. Let go of some of the digital stuff. Let go of the computer, let go of the phone and all of that stuff. Honor your small joys, your music, your candles, a scent you may like to spray on yourself before you sleep. So here's our challenge today, sis. It's to do more than just survive. We have to choose ourselves more and be dedicated to thriving. It doesn't mean that we need to abandon everyone and everything. It just means that we're no good to anyone, broken and weary every single day. Self-loving and self-care is good oil for the engine. We can't keep running on empty. Repeat after me, sis. Self-care is my right, not a reward. I am worthy of nourishment. Small acts of care bring big healing. And I choose me unapologetically. Beloved, may tonight remind you that self-care matters. May you rest without guilt, rise without emptiness, and move into your week remembering your wholeness is revolutionary, girl. Remember, Queen, this is going to be our weekly Sunday night ritual. We're doing it for 1 month for now. A moment to reclaim our peace so that Monday doesn't own us, and not the rest of them days either. Please take a moment to share your comments with me. Comment, chat to me about how this message made you feel. I need to know what you would like in the next coming episodes. And before you go, stay tuned for another of Miss Black Beauty's special affirmations and meditative messages just for you and just right for sleep mode. Rest, beloved. Light your candle, smudge your sage, breathe and trust and know your healing has begun. Thank you for loving with us at Chat2Me. I am your hostess, Nadira Norjahan. Please visit all socials as well as my website under my name. That is NADIRANORJAHAN. Y'all learned that yet? Thank you for being with me, because this cup would not be full without you. I love you.
Greetings, Radiant One. You've arrived at a sacred moment, one meant just for you. I am the storyteller and joy enhancer, Black Beauty. In this moment, allow me to be your sister in stillness, your mirror in the moonlight, your voice in the quiet corners of your soul. This space is created to honor you, the Black woman who holds galaxies in her gaze, who loves even when weary, who creates peace even in chaos. But today, we choose something rare and revolutionary. we choose to maintain your peace. Let each word you hear remind you that you deserve tenderness, rest, and joy without condition. Take a breath, beloved. Inhale and exhale. This is your time. Let us begin. This moment is yours. Not for performance, not for problem solving. This moment is not a reward, it is a right. Self-care is not a luxury. It is not reserved for special occasions. It is not something you must earn. It is not only candles, rose water, and jade rollers, though those are lovely too. Self-care is deeper than that. It is reclaiming your time when the world tries to steal it. It is choosing silence when everyone expects your answer. It is walking away without explaining yourself. It is honoring your no with the same power as your yes. Self-care is the ancestral knowing that you were never meant to carry it all alone. Say this with your chest and your whole heart. I am not here to run myself ragged in the name of being helpful. I am not a mule for anybody's mission. I am allowed to stop, to sit, to soften. Every time I choose myself, I am resisting a system that profits from my exhaustion. Every time I choose stillness, I am remembering that my peace is priceless. Self-care is the sacred act of protecting my energy like it's holy, because it is. I give myself permission to rest, without guilt, without justification, without needing to earn it. Now, reflect with me for a moment. When was the last time you took a breath without multitasking? When was the last time you listened to your body and obeyed? When was the last time you honored your "I'm tired" like it was gospel? You do not have to wait for burnout to listen. You do not have to wait for collapse to pause. You do not need anyone's approval to protect your peace. Self-care is more than maintenance. It is reclamation, it is restoration, it is sacred rebellion. Repeat this with me slowly and boldly. I am not selfish for tending to my own needs. I am wise. I am not dramatic for needing space. I am discerning. I am not cold for refusing to be available 24/7. I am conscious. I do not owe anyone unlimited access to me. My time is sacred. My soul is not a subscription. I am allowed to log off. I am allowed to say no. I am allowed to disappear into joy and not explain a thing. Let's affirm the deeper layers of care. Self-care is also going to therapy or reaching out to my loved ones when the tears won't stop. Saying no to family, friends, coworkers, anyone when they've crossed a boundary. Drinking water, canceling the meeting, especially if it can be an email, sleeping in or resting in, just enjoying some you and only you time, turning your phone on, do not disturb, and actually leaving it there. Self-care is calling yourself sacred before anyone else does. Self-care is becoming the version of you who no longer performs strength to feel worthy. Repeat these affirmations, Queen. I no longer perform for survival. I no longer confuse exhaustion with excellence. I no longer treat burnout like a badge of honor. I am enough even when I am not producing. I am enough even when I am not doing. I am enough just because I exist. Let this truth settle into your bones. You do not need to be undone in order to be loved. You do not need to be worn thin to be considered valuable. You are not just a healer. You deserve healing. You are not just a nurturer. You deserve nurturing. You are not just a space maker. You deserve to have space too. Now take another deep breath, Queen. Remember who you are. Remember where you come from. You are the sum of all of the women who prayed with cracked lips, worked with tired hands, and still carved out joy with their bare souls. And remember, every time you speak life over yourself, you are planting a future where your soul can rest in joy. Go be everything you already are, a force, a light, a woman worthy of it all. Rest, Queen, you have been affirmed.